Guys, it is an absolutely beautiful day in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and today we're going to discuss some of the most family-friendly neighborhoods that you can reside in if you're considering making a move. So if you have a family like myself, you want to have access to some of the best public schools, somewhere that's going to offer kid activities, that's family-friendly, and of course, needs to be safe. Stay tuned as we're going to cover some of the most popular neighborhoods for families in the DFW Metroplex. I, for one, know that finding a family-friendly neighborhood, city, suburb isn't easy. There's a lot of details that you have to consider when choosing the perfect area to call home, especially when you have the little ones. So I understand. I'm a dad. I've been through it, and I've lived in a couple of neighborhoods. However, I raised my oldest in this particular part of the Metroplex. However, we'll get to this city later on in the video, but let's just go ahead and start with the number one city in no particular order, and that is going to be the city of Frisco, Texas. Guys, I'm just out here enjoying this beautiful weather. I hear the birds chirping, the eagles are flying. It is a great day to be alive in North Texas. Now let's discuss Frisco. It's definitely one of the most popular cities in the DFW Metroplex without question. Whether you have a family or single, it's definitely a top destination, and that is because the city of Frisco has a lot to offer, especially if you have families. It's going to have some of the best schools in North Texas. In addition to that, it's a very wealthy suburb that's very safe, very secure. You're going to have a ton of shopping and dining options as well. If you watch any of my videos, you know I'm a big foodie, so I need quick access to some very good restaurants on a daily basis, and Frisco is pretty much going to cover all the boxes. Frisco is located in Collin and Denton counties. Frisco is approximately about 24 miles from Dallas. In addition to being a wealthy suburb of Dallas, and has grown exponentially, earning its reputation as a great place to raise a family. So why are so many people with children moving to Frisco? Starting with schools, previously Money Magazine voted Frisco the #1 city to live in America, noted Frisco's outstanding public schools. A big portion of Frisco's growth is due to its highly rated public school district. And according to niche.com, all hold an A rating or higher. So if public education is of top priority, like it is at the Soto household, you'll love living in Frisco. And particularly, guys, I don't know, but that is a whole lot of freaking A's, something that I didn't see on my report card very often, unless it was athletics. However, those rules and expectations do not apply to my children. I expect straight A's on their report cards, regardless of what their father did when he was their age. So again, public education, you don't have to pay for private school, and they're going to be surrounded by great kids in a great community with outstanding teachers. So big pro right there in regards to the public schools. Another reason to reside in Frisco is going to be the strong sense of community. There's always going to be a ton of activities for the family and the children, whether it's city festivals or any type of volunteer opportunities. There's always a ton of things going on in the city of Frisco. There's sports activities throughout the city. Whether you play soccer, hit a baseball, toss a football, or better yet, you play basketball like Coach Soto does, Frisco is going to offer a ton of different events and community opportunities right here within the city. Frisco embraces diversity, offering residents exposure to different cultures and perspectives. This inclusivity can enrich children's upbringing and promote tolerance and understanding. Frisco has active neighborhood associations that organize events, meetings, and initiatives to promote a sense of community within specific neighborhoods. Frisco residents often share common values such as education, family, and community involvement. These shared values create a sense of unity and cohesion among residents, strengthening the community fabric. Moving on to family-friendly activities, and what can I tell you? There's going to be a ton of different activities that you can do in the city of Frisco, starting with the Frisco Water Park at the Frisco Athletic Center. The Frisco Athletic Center has a 2-story, 100,000 square foot athletic center with fitness equipment, gyms, mini water park, as well as recreation areas. You can literally spend the whole day with your family, as they have concessions and food stands, and you're allowed to bring coolers and outside food. Guys, and at the Soto household, we're all about fitness. So that 100,000 square foot gym facility would definitely come in handy, especially during the summertime. As we know, in North Texas, it gets extremely hot. It is very, very humid. So I could just drop the kids off, let them run amok in the pool, wear themselves out. And best of all, we don't even have to leave. I can provide food right there within the gym. Guys, that sounds like a great plan to me. You'll find me on the basketball court, getting hoops, getting buckets, and yes, I talk a lot of trash while I'm doing it. And my dad said I could do it as long as I could back it up. And believe me, I got that strap. So plenty of things to do in Frisco. Love that massive gym. You could definitely spend the whole day having fun and getting your workout in as well. You could also visit Kidzania, located in the Stonebriar Mall. It's an 85,000 square foot kid-run city designed to show children how the world works. Kidzania caters to children up to 14 years old and is an immersive experience for children to gain knowledge of different occupations, but in a fun way. I have not taken my youngest to Kidzania just yet. However, it is on the list, and I find that activity very, very interesting, especially if he can learn about future occupations that he might be interested in. So I'm all about that. As a matter of fact, I need to find that boy a job. He's already ordered 3 pairs of shoes. You know, he plays basketball, and somehow something goes wrong with the shoe every other week. So I think he's gotten 3 brand new pairs of shoes in the last month and a half. I need to tone it down with that, guys, okay? I'm blaming myself. I fall for his little tricks all the time, but Kidzania definitely sounds like an interesting, fun, educational place to take the kids. Another great thing I love about Frisco is all the sport activities that are going on, whether you want to participate in sports, or maybe you don't. Maybe you'd rather catch a game, watch a game, sit back, relax, eat some popcorn, maybe have a drink or two. There's definitely a lot of opportunities in the city of Frisco to watch professional teams without having to drive into downtown Dallas, so plenty of options. Frisco is going to be home to several top-notch sporting venues and sports teams. These include professional teams for baseball, soccer, hockey, and the Texas Legends NBA developmental team. Guys, and I've taken my kids and the BLE basketball teams to watch the developmental team, the Texas Legends, and I have to say, I was strapped up, ready to go, because I know I can get buckets against those guys. However, they wouldn't let me on the court. It was a big ordeal. I don't want to talk about it. I think I made the news that evening because I refused to get off the court. But anyway, let's not discuss that. We'll pretend like it didn't happen. In addition to that, though, if you're more of a Dallas Cowboy fan, the Star is going to be an awesome place for you to visit. Tons of people go every week to check out the Star. There's a lot of shopping, dining options. There's the football field right there in the front where you can toss the football around with your kids. So there's a lot of things that you can do right there in the city of Frisco. Plenty of entertainment, especially if you love sports. Okay, if you haven't had enough options in regards to activities, we have the Universal Studios theme park that is coming very, very soon. So if you want to take your children out for a day of fun, and you're probably going to need to spend several $100s on each kid, it's probably going to be well worth it. Hasn't opened just yet. However, it's definitely on the top of my list, and you already know I'm going to take my camera out there and cover every ride that they have available. So plenty of entertainment coming soon, in addition to what already is currently in Frisco. Okay, let's move on to the next item on the list, and that is going to be safety. Regardless of all the activities, sporting events, great schools, if your neighborhood city isn't safe, it's definitely not worth residing in that particular area. Frisco is going to be one of the safest areas, cities, neighborhoods in the DFW Metroplex, and as a matter of fact, one of the safest places in the state of Texas. So the good thing is you're going to definitely feel safe, you're going to be secure, and you're not going to need to put those hands on anybody, because shouldn't be no problems in the city of Frisco. But just in case, guys, I always stay prepared if I have to put these things on somebody. I'm only kidding, guys. I don't condone violence. However, I do stay ready. I'm just saying, just in case. Now, moving on to the last benefit, and there's going to be plenty more, but we're going to cover the real estate options, the housing. Frisco is going to have a ton of different real estate options, whether you're a first-time homebuyer, or maybe you're ready to purchase your mega mansion. You can find both of those in the city of Frisco. Maybe you want to live in a gated community for additional security. Mainly, I prefer gated communities to keep my family out. I don't like them coming to my home unannounced. This way, they have to check with security. Security's gonna buzz me, and I'm gonna say, hey, Joe, tell them I'm out of the country, I'm not home. Send them away, okay? I didn't invite nobody. I don't want them coming to my home. Anyway, that's family issues that I have with the Sotos, but we won't discuss that, okay? I'm telling you a lot of my personal business that I shouldn't be discussing on video. Guys, if you're wanting a condo or a townhome, low maintenance lifestyle, Frisco offers it. Whatever it is that you're looking for, guys, in regards to housing, whether you're starting with a small budget or an extreme budget, you can find whatever it is that you're looking for in the city of Frisco. Guys, those are just a few of the things that Frisco has to offer. Without question, it's probably the most popular city that we receive calls on a weekly basis from families moving across the DFW area, across the state, and around the country. Many people choose to reside in the city of Frisco because it offers so much to families in particular. Now that we've covered Frisco, let's discuss my city where I decided to choose and live and raise my firstborn son, and we're right here in the city of Coppell, Texas. I love this city. Coppell has so much to offer. It feels like a very small country town in the middle of the big city, and I love that about Coppell. In addition to that, it has exceptional A+ rated schools. It's very safe, it's very secure, it's conveniently located in the middle of the DFW Metroplex. You can go to the DFW International Airport within a 10-minute drive. If you enjoy going to downtown Dallas as much as I do, you probably have a 25-minute drive, or for me, probably more like 15 to 20. It's very convenient. Coppell definitely has a lot to offer. Guys, I'm just enjoying the beautiful weather in Old Town Coppell. There's going to be different sections in this particular city, and one of my favorite sections of Coppell is Old Town. It has an old school barbershop, gas station, nice outdoor restaurants with plenty of patio space and outdoor park. A lot of the homes look like they were built way back in the day. However, they are brand new. So I really like this part of Coppell, especially on the weekends. You'll see a ton of people at the farmers market and walking around throughout this particular neighborhood. In addition to that, some of the most popular restaurants are right here in this particular area. So we're gonna hang out in Old Town Coppell, probably grab some lunch. We'll try to figure out where we're gonna go, but let's discuss a little bit more about Coppell. Going back to the schools, as we discussed earlier, I have two kids. One is still in school, and public education is definitely very important, as I refuse to pay for private school. And the reason, as the truck goes by, and the reason that I decided to purchase a home in Coppell when I had a newborn was because I knew Coppell had some of the best public schools in the state of Texas. I also knew that it was going to be very safe, very secure. Coppell is a very laid back, slower paced city. You really don't hear of any major problems going on throughout this city. So that is why I strategically chose Coppell. Lived here for over 15 years before I moved several years back, and I absolutely loved it. The only thing that I did not like about Coppell is that there's not a lot of nightlife for adults. So if you're an adult who's maybe single, or maybe you're married and you just want to get out, turn up, get crunk, not happening in Coppell, and that's actually a great thing when you have a family. So let's move on to the schools. According to niche.com rated the public ISD in Coppell an A+. The Coppell ISD consists of 16 schools with a majority rating of A+, and a few with a solid A. Coppell ISD test scores are just as impressive. Student SAT scores average a 1350 and an ACT score of 29. So that's going to be a common theme with these cities, neighborhoods, is going to be DISD. So if you have family, kids, obviously education is very important. Guys, check out this little gas station. It looks so cool. And more importantly, I wish the gas prices were 50 cents like they were back in the day. That would help me tremendously, especially since I drive a big, massive SUV. Another great thing about residing in Coppell is the sense of community. There's going to be tons of community events throughout the year. One of my favorite community events that my Be Elite basketball organization typically joins is going to be during the July 4th parade. You'll see cars all decorated, floats, people walking, throwing candy, having a dang good time, and the whole city comes out for that parade. So I've enjoyed the last several years driving my old 85 pickup. We put all kinds of stickers and nonsense and balloons on it, and we have the kids dribbling the basketballs up and down the city streets. It's a very good time. And then they have a firework display on July 4th. People are out in the massive park that Coppell has, sitting down on their blankets. You just see kids having a good time, enjoying life. And it's a great feeling to know when you're out there in the evening, and if your kids run off, you don't have no panic attack or worry, because everybody within this community looks out for each other. They care for each other, and it's just a very safe environment. And I love that about Coppell. Coppell is also going to offer a ton of family-friendly activities. If you're an outdoor person like myself, there's going to be a ton of different parks, biking, jogging trails. The parks in Coppell are absolutely beautiful. The majority of them, anyway, are outstanding. One of the main areas that we used to go to with my oldest son was the Core, which has a beautiful park. It has a ton of playgrounds, plenty of opportunities to throw the football around. There's an outdoor basketball court. More importantly, there was indoor basketball courts as well. There was an indoor pool, outdoor pool, a gaming area, so much to do at the court. So if you have kids, you can definitely drop them off, as most families in Coppell do. They'll drop off the kids, or the kids will ride their bikes to the Core, go inside, hang out for half the day, work out, and just hang out with their friends. It's a great community center, to say the least. In addition to that, we used to go to the YMCA, where I first started my coaching career, as I was destroying everybody at the Coppell YMCA by 60 points a game. They all gathered together, the other coaches and families. They tried to kick me out the league because I was winning too much as I was playing 2 years up. But anyway, guys, I don't know what it is. All this is bringing back memories of my youngest son. I had so much fun in this community, even though I was making a lot of the parents very, very upset at the YMCA. It was still a dang good time. So plenty of opportunities, indoors, outdoors, right here in Coppell. So you have access to great schools, a ton of activities. It's very centrally located. In addition to that, as we stated earlier, Coppell is going to be a very, very safe city. As a matter of fact, it's 33% lower in regards to crime than the national average. So if you want security, safety, you want to be able to travel on vacation without worrying that somebody's going to break into your home or cause property damage, Coppell is definitely a great place to call home. Those are just a few of the things that you can look forward to if you decide to live in the city of Coppell. I highly recommend it. It is definitely a great place to call home, especially if you have kids. This is going to be one of the best cities, in my opinion, without question. Would I live here if I was single, ready to mingle, and didn't have kids? It definitely wouldn't be on the top of my list. However, in this video, we're discussing the best areas of the Metroplex for families and children, and Coppell is definitely going to be on the top of that list. Moving on to the next city suburb area of the Metroplex, where you should reside, or at the very least consider moving to if you have a family, and that is going to be the city of Southlake, that is located in Tarrant County with a population of around 31,000 residents. Southlake is definitely one of my favorite places to visit, and I definitely would live in the city of Southlake. There's a lot to offer. fine dining, exceptional schools, great neighborhoods, beautiful homes. The only problem is, guys, is it's going to be somewhat expensive. No, there's no somewhat. It's going to be one of the most expensive areas of the Metroplex. However, the city does have a lot to offer for families in particular. Just like the other cities, one of the main reasons people decide to live and reside in the city of Southlake is going to be the exceptional public ISD. As a matter of fact, according to niche.com, Southlake Carroll ISD is one of the best public ISDs, not only in the DFW Metroplex, but the entire state of Texas. So once again, there is no need for private school because you're going to have access to some of the best public schools. Again, not the DFW Metroplex, but the Lone Star State. Okay, guys, moving on, and that is going to be the community events. There's going to be a ton of different things that you can do in the city of Southlake, whether it's enjoying an outdoor live music concert, headed to the farmer's market, maybe just walking around the shopping areas, enjoying a nice patio and a good bottle of cab. So much going on in the city of Southlake that unites and brings the city together. Southlake is a city that prides itself on community engagement. From seasonal festivities and parades to farmers markets and outdoor concerts, there's always something happening in Southlake. The city's strong sense of community is also rooted in in-school athletics. The community shows up and supports the Carroll ISD kids, especially their football team. The Carroll football team has won 8 championships, which brings families together to rally for the athletes. And guys, if you're new to the state of Texas, maybe you relocated from another state, in the state of Texas, Friday night lights are a big deal. Texas football is very, very important to anyone who was born and raised in this great state. And if you're not into football, it's okay. I still highly recommend that you go watch a Friday night football game. You'll definitely enjoy it, whether you know what's going on or not. The energy, all the families, all the kids rallying around their football team is such a fun thing to do. So I definitely highly recommend it that you check it out. Regardless of where you live, you're going to need to live in a place that has activities, things to do, things that are going on, guys, okay? We don't want to be sitting at home being bored at all times of the day, and especially the weekends. And Southlake is going to offer a ton of different things that you and your family can enjoy, whether it's during the week or the weekends, especially if you're an outdoor person like myself. Needless to say, there's definitely going to be a ton of different things that you can do, especially in the outdoors. And best of all, it's all free of charge. No need to pay an admission. Better yet though, more my style is going to be enjoying the Southlake Town Center. There's going to be a ton of different restaurants, bars, boutiques, fine dining, and luxury shopping, all in one great location. There's always people walking around with their dogs, with their families, with their kids, enjoying the weekend or evening. You don't have to buy anything. You can just walk around, check out the scene. It's definitely an enjoyable experience. Now, there won't be much of this going on in Southlake. Let me break free of this prison cell, because in Southlake, it is going to be very safe, very secure. You shouldn't have any issues where you have to throw those haymakers on anyone. It's definitely family friendly and one of the safest areas in the DFW Metroplex. I was trying to be cool, guys. I thought this was a slide, but I'm not gonna risk breaking a leg today. But needless to say, Southlake is definitely very safe, very secure. You shouldn't have any issues. And actually, just about a few weeks ago, I was speeding, going to an appointment in Southlake. I was pulled over by the most friendly police officer that I've ever encountered, and I've gotten numerous speeding tickets throughout my years. He was very, very professional. He said, "Hey, you were speeding, slow it down, Mr. Soto." And I don't even want to tell you how far out of date my tags were on my car. It was dang near a year old, and He pointed that out. I felt so embarrassed. I didn't even notice. He just said, Mr. Soto, please take care of that. Be safe on your way. And what really got me, he's like, Mr. Soto, just going to let you off with a warning. Is there anything that I can help you with today? I was like, wow, what is going on here? It was amazing how professional and courteous and kind the police officer was in Southlake. The best experience I've ever had, and I know that sounds pretty strange, but it's true. So if you want safety, security, Southlake is definitely going to be a top destination. And in regards to housing and real estate option, guys, as I stated earlier in the video, Southlake is going to be one of the most expensive cities in North Texas. However, you're paying for the great schools, security, community events, activities, things to do. It's a very prime location in between Dallas and Fort Worth. In regards to housing, most of the houses are going to be very expensive. However, there are some townhomes, there are some condos, some smaller homes, but overall, the homes are going to be much higher than other parts of Dallas, in particular, the city of Dallas. Guys, those are 3 of the most family-friendly areas in the DFW Metroplex that we receive calls on a weekly basis. Are there other neighborhoods as well? Absolutely. Highland Park, Plano, McKinney, there are definitely other options, and we would love to discuss those options with you and what fits you and your family best. So in regards to your real estate needs, we want to be your go-to team, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or lease. You have a friend in the DFW Metroplex by the name of Richard Soto with the premier firm in real estate, VIP Realty. Guys, it is a beautiful day. I am hungry, according to my camera person. I'm getting a little bit cranky, so it's time to get some food, head back to the office, return your phone calls, emails, and text messages. So I will see you on the next video.